What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. Today I've got a story time for you guys about the time this girl decided to just call all gamers disgusting and go on a rant in class about how they're the most putrid, vile, disgusting people ever. And obviously, as a gamer, when I saw this story, I was like, ayo, gotta tell you guys that one. It was sent into my Instagram at Scrubby. It's a subscriber story, and without further ado, let's get into it. Be sure to press the like button and let's go. Stacking so much money, you would think that it's illegal. I'm getting quiet now. Lay low when you're rich, so I'm wiping down. Making out, stack the bread, cause you love the sound. Now look, I'm not gonna be the person who's gonna get up in front of the YouTube and lie to you guys. You know, some gamers definitely are a little bit disgusting. Let's be realistic here. I don't think a majority of us are gross. I will defend that. But we all know that there definitely are some dudes out there that smell like BO and like sweat hot Cheeto cologne. There's definitely some of them out there. Like the way society thinks about gamers, people think about it that way for a reason. They exist. I definitely think our generation gaming is cool, so it's not as like weird, but yeah, there's definitely some gamers out there that are a little bizarre. That being said, when somebody decides to call all gamers disgusting, I do take it a little bit personally, okay? I'm repulsive, I'm not disgusting. There is a difference, okay? I've never made anyone throw up, I've just made someone dry heave before. I can't be that gross. Jokes aside, I don't really understand how you can call a group of anybody gross, like all of them, you know? Oh, all tennis players look like a naked mole rat. Like, I don't know, it can't be all of them. A lot of people play tennis, bro. I mean, sure, sometimes gamers be on the grind, but like, how do you even decide all of a group is disgusting? You're just sitting there one day watching YouTube. You know, I think every gamer looks exactly like Francis from Boogie298H channel and acts like him as well. That's what I imagine when I see a gamer. Because even if you're imagining that, like, that's just not how it is. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, that was just this girl's opinion, and the person who sent me in the story was in 10th grade at the time, and I guess he had a philosophy class with this girl. Now, I never had any philosophy classes in high school. All of my classes in high school did the opposite of making me think deeper. They made me try to figure out how to do as little work as possible. But anyways, when it comes to philosophy, genuinely what would happen, according to this guy, is most of the time you would come into class and there would be a topic and you guys would just kind of talk about it the whole time. It also helped that they had one of those teachers that was super easy to distract, so obviously the class would just kind of get him going off on a rant or change the topic, and it would keep the teacher distracted so they never actually had to do any work, and it's just more fun to talk about what you want to talk about than like philosophy, let's be honest here. And for some reason, the topic of dating preferences had come up this day, like, oh, what people like, what people don't like, which, you know, I personally would never be exposing myself like that in the middle of class, but whatever, I guess this philosophy class just was talking about the philosophy of what makes a good girlfriend, you know? And it wasn't trying to be offensive, it was really just people saying, like, oh, I like this in a person, I like this in a person, you know, I like moms, it's a proven fact. In fact, if you don't press the like button, I'm gonna have to sleep with your mom. And all of these people were just kind of being honest about it, just what they liked. It wasn't offensive, it wasn't trying to be mean. However, the guy who sent in this story, the subscriber, raised his hand and said something about how he doesn't like girls who vape or whatever. Which, you know, is pretty fair. It's petty to me, like, I don't really care if people vape. But hey, it's called a personal preference for a reason, dog. If you don't want to date somebody who vapes, that's totally your choice. Well, apparently, dude, it was very, very offensive because one girl kind of across the class goes like, what the heck? And then starts saying, like, vaping is a real addiction, and the fact that you would, like, not date someone based on an addiction that they have is disgusting. Yeah, you know what else is an addiction? Heroin. And I can tell you all now that I would never date a heroin addict, bro. Like, I don't really feel like it's that bad. Obviously, you know, nicotine and heroin are very different. But yes, you are allowed to not date someone because they're addicted to something. That's totally up to you, bro. So she starts going on and on about how people struggle with nicotine addiction, yada, 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 acting as if this guy just dropped the worst insult of all time. And he wasn't even being mean. It's not like out of nowhere he just screamed in class, oh, if you jewel, you're ugly. Like, it was relevant to the topic of conversation. So he tries to apologize just because it was feeling awkward, dude, and she's having none of his apology whatsoever. She starts kind of going in on him, like, saying that clearly he just doesn't have the life experience if he thinks quitting vaping is that easy, and he's a moron. I don't know if this girl vaped. He didn't tell me in the story. I'm guessing she had to, because this is taking it weirdly personally for somebody just saying something, dude. Like, hear me out, you know? She has to have been weirdly addicted to vaping because, I don't know, for example, I really like to spend money on microtransactions in video games. If somebody was like, that's really stupid and a waste of money, I wouldn't get mad. I would be like, yep, you're right, because it's the truth. Just because you're vaping doesn't mean it's good for you, dog. Like, just because you are constantly drinking, Windex doesn't mean it suddenly is a Gatorade flavor. It's still bad for you. And she starts saying that this kid looks like a slimy grease ball. She starts insulting the subscriber. And at that point, the teacher gets involved and he's like, all right, guys, let's calm down a little bit. You know, the goal of this classroom isn't to make enemies. It's to have good conversations. And she starts getting into it with the teacher now, being like, you're gonna let him talk to me that way and not yell at him. Like, I can't believe this. This isn't a good conversation. And the teacher does the logical thing and just tells this girl, like, well, it's his personal preference. You know, what do you want me to do? Tell him he has to date people who vape? It's a student. We were talking about this. Like, yeah, you can say whatever he wants. And the girl at that point is like, well, I think everyone who plays video games is disgusting. Like, they're gross, they're fat, they're sweaty, they're just the most disgusting things ever. And so obviously the class is kind of like, okay, you know when somebody snaps and is just screaming in class and the entire class just goes dead silent, like you can hear a pin drop? That's what happens. And finally, she's just still ranting like every now and then about how like, and they're lazy, like just still going off about how apparently everyone who plays video games is the worst person ever. When somebody asks her, they're like, well, why do you think that, dude? You know what I mean? And so she started explaining that like, her dad apparently, you know, like plays video games and he's really lazy and da-da-da-da-da. And so the kid who sent in the story goes, well, it sounds like you hate your dad, not gamers, and that's a you problem. And obviously that's kind of funny, so the class started laughing. And look, while the joke might have been like a little mean, you know, like, oh, haha, you hate your dad, like, let's not forget that she is the one that has decided to start just insulting this dude, saying that gamers, like, basically are shells of human beings that aren't even humans, bro. We're just slightly smarter dogs. And so he just made that joke and everyone started laughing, dude. And obviously, this brings all of her anger to DEFCON 1. People like this hate one thing above all else, and it's looking dumb. And yeah, anytime you make a take that every gamer is a lazy, useless person just because your dad is, it's kind of funny. People are probably gonna make fun of that. And she started to get pissed because she was embarrassed. So she starts going on about how, like, specifically this guy and young people are lame because, you know, not only does her dad game too much, but her boyfriend never texts her back when she's playing Call of Duty. Homegirl apparently had some very personal beef with video games. She was saying that every gamer, like, doesn't shower, you know, and apparently, dude, she said that gamers are so lazy that all of us have, like, an empty 2-liter bottle next to our setup that we pee into. She was just saying every stereotype known to man, and I honestly have to wonder if she had ever met someone who actually plays a video game before, because, like, jokes aside, yes, I've made jokes before about cutting a hole in the bottom of my DX Racer, getting a 5-gallon bucket so I don't have to get up. I'm not actually gonna do that. Like, I'm a human being. You're not gonna catch me crapping in a bucket and peeing in a bucket so I can continue my gaming marathon. I might hold it till the end of the round. I'm not gonna deny that occasionally happens, but like, I'm not a dog, dude. This lady was literally acting like we were just the dumbest thing ever. In fact, I think the best way I could describe her vibe of what she thought every gamer was like is, if any of you have seen that episode of South Park where it's like the World of Warcraft guy who's just an absolute nerd. He's grinding World of Warcraft. He gets so good that he literally can kill people in no PvP zones, and he's just this fat old man with like balding. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she thought every single gamer ever was like. And that's not how we are. Trust me, I've played video games forever. I've met different types of people from all walks of life, dude. I've met dudes that are 6'7", jacked super athletes that like video games. And yeah, I've met a few Jabba the Hutts. I've met myself. I look like a stick bug. I literally think most of you could snap me in half like a toothpick. I love video games. We got some variation. Not all of us are the World of Warcraft guy who's never kissed a girl sitting there like, my level 17 magic spell. So she goes on her rant, does this all, and then looks at the guy who sent me in this story and is like, yeah, what do you think about that, you disgusting loser? And the way she said disgusting loser, she was very clearly like thinking that was going to be the death blow to this guy's feelings. He was just going to instantly burst into tears. Oh no, the big mean girl said that I'm disgusting. And she's like, you know, tears in her eyes, that mad. And the kid who sent in this story, the gamer, just looked at her and went, I bet you vape. Huh? That was his response to her just going off, calling him a loser, saying the thing he loved is super dumb. His response was, oh, I bet you vape. And when he says that, she just starts screaming, is that all you have to say? Are you kidding me? Even after everything I just said, you're still gonna focus on the vaping? And she starts running at him like pissed. And the teacher is getting between them, and she's like trying to get over the teacher to fight this guy, dude. I don't know if asking her if she vaped was just too disrespectful of a question or what, but she's literally like trying to swim move the teacher like a defensive lineman in the NFL just to get over there and show this kid who's boss. Alright guys, I'm gonna interrupt the video for 1 second. On screen now is actually a Roblox gift card. I give away a gift card in every upload I have here on the channel just as a way to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed with notifications on. So if you don't have those on already, be sure to turn them on. It helps out the channel a lot and you'll never miss another video. Real talk, I do really appreciate everybody who already is subscribed with notifications on. You guys help out an absolute ton. And yeah, to whoever got the gift card, enjoy it. Spend your Robux wisely. Maybe invest it in the stock market. And yeah, I'll shut up. Let's get back into it. So as I said, the girl's going ballistic and the dean is trying to hold them apart. Not the dean, the teacher. But the teacher says to call the dean because he's holding them apart. You know what I mean? Like he needs some help. Sorry. So one of the kids like calls and says to send down, I don't know if you guys had like the hall monitors that doubled as security that would come break up the fights and stuff. And once she hears that, you know, they're gonna get removed regardless, the girl is like, all right, well, now's my last chance. So she like drops down underneath the teacher's arms, runs through, runs up to the kid who had started this, the gamer kid, the one who sent this in, and just slaps him open palm. But from the guy, he's like, I didn't pass out, but I'm not gonna lie, this girl probably learned how to slap from Logan Paul. Do you guys remember last year when Logan Paul was just walking around knocking people out with open palm slaps? He got smacked pretty hard. After one smack though, the teacher come and broke him up again. The guy did manage like not to tear up or anything. He was like, I gotta stay strong. I gotta stay strong. I can't get slapped this hard in front of the class and start crying. The deans ended up getting there and separating them, bro. The kid got in no trouble because, you know, he didn't hit her back, obviously, because he didn't want to hit a girl. But still, dude, he got slapped in the face for, like, even saying that, you know, I bet you vape, which, all things considered, is a pretty weird thing to, like, go get in a fight for, dude. The girl obviously got suspended for slapping the kid, and after that came back to school and, like, never apologized. He said this girl straight up refused to look him in the eye after that. And everybody in the school was kind of like, oh, this girl's crazy. What's even funnier, though, is after that, dude, like, in school, the story got around about what would happen, and whenever the kid who sent this in would walk around, people would be like, gamers are disgusting, like making fun of her. Not when she was around, but like to him. So he was like, all things considered, I did get slapped, but everybody thought it was a really funny story, so I guess it's kind of a W. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate you taking a second to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below what you thought. It really does help out the video a ton. If you don't know what to comment, just go ahead and comment the word zombies down below, just like the gameplay. It does help out. Realistically, if y'all are offended, dude, if you think that all video games are losers and I was in the wrong on this story, I don't know what to tell you. This probably isn't the channel for you. But if you're anything like me and you just love seeing people who don't understand video games get kind of owned, I hope you enjoyed it. If y'all want more content, I do have a podcast called The Scuffed Cast. Link can be found in the description. Feel free to check that out if you want more content, along with a link to the intro song that can also be found down below. The merch store, the Teespring store, is also in the description down there. If you guys feel like checking it out, no pressure. The Instagram is just at Scrubby, Twitter at Scrubby_69 if y'all want to follow me on there. Obviously, I think I'm pretty hilarious, but yeah, on that note, I think that's everything I've got to plug. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.